Will Jennifer finally leave Arthur on Howard's Way tonight at 9 p.m? Time will tell, but now it's time to meet the Thamesmen.
Did you see that? I said that we look like two unemployed magicians. Some guy was saying two unemployed magicians. It was brilliant.
One day we should have like a rabbit just pop up.
You reckon? Yeah, it's just like a bottle of wine out of a hat, you know.
I could do that.
Hello, everyone. My name is Alex, and I'm in San Francisco.
I'm George. I'm in Los Angeles.
And you? Where have they reached, George? Where have they reached?
Well, they've reached the Thamesmen, which is the home of low-budget, high-value entertainment television.
Basically, the very last bucket in the internet. That's where we live. So you're nice. It's absolutely in safe hands with us. So what are we kicking off this week?
Okay, so this week's a bit of a flyer, I think, because this is going for something which is amazing, apparently, but eclectic, but weirdly has just come back into its own because of the show Stranger Things. And that is Kate Bush Week.
Kate Bush Week. So we have a Patreon, Sean, subscriber. Sean, hello, Sean. Thank you very much. We asked subscribers to put their curated weeks forward. We've just done Barry Week from Suzati, and this is Sean's. And he's been very patient, and he's worked with us, and he's put together Kate Bush. And we picked this up pretty quickly, didn't we, George, when this one came through?
Well, it was before Stranger Things announced it, so we were ahead of the curve, you know, which is the first for us.
Ahead of the curve, slow on the uptake.
We were very slow on the uptake
because it's taken us a long time. Because we do work at a ferociously slow pace.
We make an effort to be incredibly slow, yes.
Yeah.
But we do have life as well.
We do have life. Absolutely. So the reason why we picked up the old Kate Bush Week is absolutely. I know pretty much. I know kind of her stuff, but I don't. She's always intrigued me as an absolute standalone classic artist who's not following anyone, but I know nothing about. If that makes sense, I know nothing about her background or anything, or nothing in depth. So yeah, I'm intrigued.
Now, Sean Carroll, who put together these notes, my phone's ringing. I'll just stop that. Sorry. Yeah. Stop you. Sorry.
Well, it's always your mother because that's your only friend.
Not this time of night. So Sean Carroll, who put the notes together, has done a phenomenal job. It's like a dissertation. It is so much good information, and I think if we sat here and read it, it would take an awfully long time. And so I think we're gonna have to find a way to like either post it below or put it on our comments page or something, because this is such good information about Kate Bush, and it's fascinating.
I thought I knew a lot about the artists I like. I like Lou Reed and Velvet Underground, but the level of detail he's put in this is just crazily good. And I thought, oh God, I'm gonna have to read. I was engrossed.
Yeah, no,
absolutely. All right, well, what are we kicking off? What's Kate kicking off with?
Okay, so we're going to start off with a bit of a crowd pleaser, I think, which is called running up that hill, a deal with God. Now that's kind of interesting. From reading the notes, she wanted to call it a deal with God, but the label people said if you did that, it would not succeed in sort of highly religious places like Ireland or America or things like that. And so they settled on the name Running Up That Hill, but still with brackets, a deal with God, because she was playing with the idea that you can make a deal with the devil, but why couldn't you make a deal with God? So that was the sort of
like that one.
Yeah, it's kind of cool, isn't it?
I don't think that. Do you think the God plays like the ukulele at the cul-de-sac?
He's not going to be at the crossroads, is he? Because the devil staked that one out, so he's going to be somewhere else.
I met God in the cul-de-sac playing the ukulele.
I think he's more of a roundabout man. He'll be down the roundabout.
They don't have roundabouts in America. When we came up to it, we've got one in San Francisco. We have one roundabout. And we used to, do you remember those little Garmins that used to actually have in the car the day before you actually had maps on your phone? Well, whenever we came up to that roundabout, our Garmin, our TomTom or whatever, he used to say, turn left at the the thereabouts. So I always think of the roundabout as the thereabouts. Anyway, sorry.
We've definitely digressed. Anyway, but this version we're going to watch is with David Gilmour, which is our friend. We're big followers of David Gilmour and his work. So I think this will be a interesting track. Now, I could just pick out some elements from this, from the notes, if that's okay. Would that be appropriate?
That'd be fantastic.
Yeah. So EMI wanted to release Cloudbusting as the first single from Hounds of Love, but Kate disagreed and wanted to deal with God as the album's lead single, as it's the first song she wrote for the album and better represented the album's tone. EMI luckily relented. So, this is... Now, he does say, normally Kate has displayed a comfortable ability to talk about sex right from the first album. And some of these lyrics and topics are almost overwhelmingly sexual compared with the pop music of that day, interestingly. She's always been very feminine, very sexual and sensual in her lyrics and performances. So we'll have to see about that. So this one is the album Hounds of Love, which was 1985. Now, just as a quick recap, she's only done 9 albums. And so it's and that's over from 1978 up until 2011 was the last one. So she's not hugely prolific, but she is incredibly well regarded. Like the people who go and see her are obsessed to go and see Kate Bush. Apparently, her live show, they did a tour recently or a couple of years ago, was a life-changing experience. So
I seem to remember she really suffers from stage fright.
Right, yeah.
And she's also, probably comfortable from sex because she's from the Reading area.
Now, I did also say actually where she's from.
She lives in the Reading area. And also, obviously Dave Gilmour did. And Dave Gilmour had found her or discovered her or was the one that pushed her onto the album.
Okay, all right. Well, yeah, no, but I mean, when she did her first single in Wuthering Heights, which was the first one, which was way out, and I totally remember it hitting, because at the time, sort of female vocalists were quite generic, and she came in with Wuthering Heights, and it just was so different at the time. And she was like 19, 20 years old when she did that. It was like she came out of the box fully formed, but apparently she'd been playing music since she was like 11. So, and came from a quite artistic family, which allowed her to sort of evolve in her, like as a fully formed artist. So,
bit like you.
Just like me. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So, well, let's do this.
Yeah, let's check it out.
I did not know that Dave Gilmour played on this whatsoever.
Yeah, I don't know if it's just this version, but anyway, let's have a look.
Yeah.
So, are you ready, sir?
I am. Count me in.
3, 2, 1, go.
Oh, it's live. so good. Wow, that was mesmerizing.
She is. I could see she is just electric, isn't she? She is like. She has a voice, a really interesting voice,
Really unique voice.
I think that was the thing, though. When she came, like we said, when she came out in '79 with Wuthering Heights, she was completely unique, and she's maintained that. You know,
I mean, the song itself. We take the song itself. It's full of hooks all the way through.
Yeah,
everything, right? So you take the guitar part that Gilmour was playing, classic hook, just going round and round. You take a vocal line, it's a hook. Same that mirrors the whole track all the way through was a great hook. You can hear it in your head now, da-da-da-da, and it's just echoed and echoed and echoed all the way through. But you never got bored of it.
No, not at all. I mean, that was just a fantastic track. I think it was a great way to start. You know, just something quite easy and accessible, and perfect track. I think.
Do we dare mention the bass player's hair?
He had hair. He certainly had hair. He
did have hair. He
a
did
child
have
of
hair.
the 80s.
I think he channeled quite a lot of the 80s into that hairdo. But I wonder if he regrets it now.
Not if he was playing with Kate Bush at the what was it? I think because that performance was the third secret policeman's ball, I believe, which was like a fundraiser for Amnesty International. They used to be great. There used to be some like great performances and comedy acts and things that were raising money for Amnesty at the time. So
and that was so professionally executed as well.
Yeah, no,
it was. I mean, it was what a band. Obviously, you got Gilmour in there, but I've just read the notes down here. It said this track showcased three most incredible talents: Dave Gilmour, Kate Bush, and that guy's hairdresser.
That's great.
And I mean, he's absolutely right. You know, you're kind of in awe of them all.
Yeah, right, exactly. They all have their talents, don't they? So yeah.
Oh, brilliant, man. I remember when that came out. I didn't take much notice of it now, but going back to it, it's just like there are not many of those songwriters around now.
Yeah, no, I mean, well, she's still around. She's still doing her thing. So, yeah it's pretty cool. Maybe less of a fan of Gilmour's guitar. It was a guitar of the age, what I mean? It wasn't one of his classics, No,
but I mean, the song that he wasn't allowed to let loose on one of his
he wasn't there for David Gilmour in such a way.
No, he was totally contained on that hook, and he just did it round and round. And a lot of 80s were being channeled through there. All right, well, tomorrow, another Kate Bush track coming up. What will it be? Hey?
What could it be? Are you going to know it? Are you not going to know it? We'll see. So,
all right. That was absolutely superb. Great way to kick off Kate Bush Week, running up the hill.
Excellent. All right. Well, let's sign out here and moving on. Can't wait.